Hey, what's up, guys? The same old G. And today I want to take the opportunity I have to make a video about a topic that's interesting to me. I think might have discussed this on my first channel a long time ago. But yeah, since these videos are not there anymore and that I've been progressing a whole lot into the hobby, I want to get back at it and just discuss it a little bit more. The topic in itself is about it's about the experience of time in RPG. So what I mean by the experience of time is the idea that you there's many ways to deal with time. Like extended period of time, short period of time, like era. Like you can have like time to travel, which is one of the most popular and controversial experience of time in RPG. You have like short time, like how long, like just hitting with a sword can be, and then you can have like time over years and eras. If you play a quest that has repercussions over generations, like the actions of your character right now are going to be influencing political situations like century later, centuries later, kind of thing. So time, right? Like how do you? How? No, I don't want to talk about how do you do it in your game. I just want to talk about the experience of it, because to me there is layers of experience in this hobby. I did a video about layers. I think it's on this channel. But yeah, so what I mean by that in terms of time, the experience of time, there is a lot of distinctions to be made. Um, you have the in character, in story experience of time. Like so for example, how long is gonna take to for your character to travel. We're gonna take traveling, which is the basic one, the most not the most interesting necessarily, but the easiest to understand. So when you go from a city to another one, or when you go from a city to a cave in a mountain and back, right? How long it's gonna be, how long it's gonna take, and how are you gonna manage that in story. So so for example, let's say you gather information, and let's say we play fantasy, it doesn't matter. You gather information in the tavern and in the library, and then you organize your party to go on an adventure, and you realize that this adventure, this travel, is gonna take you 6 months, and that your the person who hires you, for example, want this this particular treasure or magic item you're gonna take there, you're gonna gather there. They want it by like in 4 months. So you're short of 2 months, right? And how you're gonna deal with that, and how you're gonna do it in your story, in your adventure, it doesn't really matter here in what I want to discuss. But still, it's a situation where time matters in RPG, and where you might gonna have to use some of your ability as a player and as a character to be able to accomplish the task. When I say there's two layers, I mean this: you can go and say you leave the city, and a couple of weeks later you're in the forest, you're at campfire, this and that happened. You just now skipped 2 weeks in story, um, in character, in one sentence. Let's talk about sentences. right? Because when you play RPG, you talk, you speak, you narrate. So it's in one sentence, one phrase. You just skipped 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So you go 2 weeks later, there you are. This is called fast forwarding in RPG, and it's easy. Everybody does it. It's a classic way of dealing with time. We say it doesn't matter. Stuff that happens during that time frame period of 2 weeks doesn't matter. There you go. Here you are in the forest at campfire. You hear noise. Easy way to do that. Now, the two layers interfered that way. As a player, as a man in your living room playing RPGs, you had an experience of time that was refracted, I don't know how to say that, like compressed in one sentence. So in one sentence, 2 weeks occur. So it's really fast. So if you keep going at that pace, you might gonna be doing that 6 months, 4 months adventuring to the mountain, back to the city, city to the mountain, back to the city in 2 sessions. So maybe 8 hours of your life as a man, as a player in your living room playing that. And most of that is going to be the mountain part of it. So you're going to be fast forwarding. This is the classic example. You're going to be fast forwarding the way there and the way back. The way back is going to be even faster than the way there most of the time. So in terms of the experience of time, what happens here, I'm not saying that it's bad or it's wrong. I'm saying that it is compressed. It's a compressed experience of time because you've been fast forwarding all the parts of it. What I want to discuss in this video is that there is a distinction between experience of time as a gamer and in story, and also that there is a distinction in experience of time between 2 sessions to cover 6 months and 10 sessions to cover 6 months. So the other example would be, for example, that you play 3 sessions to go to the dungeon, so you don't really fast forward anything. You fast forward a couple days here and there, but you have like at least 1 session and a half to reach the forest, another session and a half to do the forest and the mountain, 3 sessions in the dungeon, and 3 other sessions back. So you do them all, for example. So it covers 10 sessions overall. The experience of time in play that you're going to have as a player in your living room is going to be way more meaningful. Not necessarily in a good way saying that the other one is not. I'm just saying it's meaningful in the sense that you're going to feel it. It's going to be long in terms of gaming, in terms of time. Like 10 sessions, for some people, it's like half is 6 months. 10 sessions can be like 5 months at least. If you play every 2 weeks, it's a season. It's a fucking season in your life. There's a distinction between playing a whole season in your life just to do a little bit of adventuring in a big epic quest, just to go gather some magical item and come back. There's a big distinction. And a lot of things can happen, and a lot of narration, a lot of story, a lot of character development in that quest, that side quest, that mini adventure. It's not an epic tale of conquering worlds and battles. It's just go get stuff and come back. It's like, small adventure. It's super meaningful in terms of time. So then the first example where you compress it and you do it in 2 sessions back and forth, and you don't even, sometimes the comeback is even faster. So basically, it was just the dungeon thing. 2 sessions, go back and forth. So my musing about that, what I wanted to discuss is the importance of framing time in RPG. I discussed that in the I discussed that in the past. I think the video was when I was talking about scoping. You know, you want it precise, or you want it wide, and I think that a good use of that skill, I would call that narrative skill, maybe, or group narrative skill where everybody's on the same page about the scoping, like about the time framing, because it changed the whole experience of play. It changed the whole experience as gamers. Like you wanna be clear. You wanna be clear on how you do your time, and using fast forward where it's interesting and useful, and using decompression of time where it's important and meaningful as well. So anyway, not my point is not having the same, not always be on the same time framing. Changing it will add texture to the experience of play, and to the narration, and to the character development and everything. Because time is huge in our lives and in story. All right, what do you guys think about that? Let me know how you deal with that, how you do that. Do you use time framing in your game? All right, talk to you soon. This is Same OG style video, by the way. All right, talk to you soon.